We are live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Candid Conversations. This is your host, the one, the only, the marvelous, the miraculous, awesome, beautiful, intelligent, amazing.
Okay, you're doing too much.
That's a lot of adjectives.
Bring it back in.
Oh, but you could get introduced like that, but I can't introduce myself.
Who get introduced like that? I ain't been introduced like that yet.
Yes, I do. I introduce you like that at times. Yes, I do.
When you're trying to be funny.
That is not true. I never try to be funny. But anyways, hi everybody. I am your host, Kyra. Welcome to Candid Conversations. Thank you for tuning in. If you are tuning in, these are our lovely our handsome co-host, Justin Walker.
I am not lovely.
Mr. Walker. That's why I said handsome.
Thank you. Nothing wrong with anybody that chooses to be lovely if you're a guy, but no problems.
And of course, we have Mr. Derek Watson.
All right, now.
How you doing? How you doing?
Derek trying to be, Mr. today because his beard is really growing up in there, so he's trying to be, funny today, y'all. Give me a second. I'm coming.
Nope. I'm trying to stay professional, so all the way through, so nobody won't be talking
professional about what.
Ain't
nobody on this show but us. So what are you talking about?
I felt disrespected.
Don't start, Derek.
No.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing into this. I'm not playing into it.
Everybody got time. Derek starting. It's too early in the podcast.
I start immediately. As soon as you say we live, it's on and popping.
See, that sound be messing with you. All right, yeah, I'm coming. I'm just being a little preoccupied real quick. But I was coming. Anyway, oh, hey, Portia. Hi, Miss Beth. Hey, Ivory. I don't mean to be rude today. That's Derek's job today. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in. I sure do appreciate y'all. All right, so today's topic. First, before I begin, I am going to post a link on the bottom in the comments. It's going to be pinned. So if anybody would like to come onto the podcast and speak their comment, we'll give you about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna cut you off. You'll sit in the waiting room until I bring you onto the show. Bring you on. So just let's remember, if you do hit the link and you do come on, you will be seen. And you won't. It's not just audio. We will see you. So that's just in case.
So that means to take your hair bonnet off.
You can come on. You can come on any way you choose to come on. It is your prerogative.
But we would prefer no, sir. You want to come on with your bonnet? That's your prerogative.
We all know video call etiquette. Find the cleanest wall in your house and sit in front of it.
And if you ain't got no pants on, just remember you ain't got no pants on.
Right.
So just stay seated.
stay seated until
we don't want to see no accidental ass cheeks.
Signed off.
Right.
What is it? Wait a minute. That's me. That's me with the. That's me.
You can come out anywhere you choose.
All right, there we go. I was saying. So yes, you can come on to the podcast any way you choose to come onto the podcast. Just I just wanted it to be known that you will be as well. The link is pinned to the comments, and you can hit it whenever you choose to. And you'll be in the waiting room until I come and get you. Now, today's topic is platonic intimacy. Today's topic is platonic intimacy, and we're just basically going to dive into exactly what we research what platonic intimacy is and what it consists of, and all of that good stuff. And me and Zerica had a little powwow about it, so we definitely disagree on some things, but not all things. I'm sorry, y'all. My computer's starting to get a little fuzzy.
We are here today to recognize that platonic intimacy is pure platonic bullshit. So
okay, I was about to go there. I really was. And you made it sound so politically correct, but I was about to say platonic intimacy ain't nothing but you being in a relationship with like no frills relationship. It's pure bullshit.
Right.
No, platonic intimacy is basically, from what I have researched, it's basically just being in a relationship and it's just no sex involved. It's everything.
Yeah, it's basically involved. You my friend. You do everything, but you don't clap the cheeks.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you choose to be.
It is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it at all. If that's what you choose to do in life.
That's what you want to do. That's what you do.
Y'all ain't shit.
At the end of the day, you gonna do what you do, how you do, when you do. You just won't be doing what you really want to do.
You won't ever get to do what you want to do. You just got to sit here and play you're doing what you
there is nothing wrong with it.
Let's pretend we having sex. Just let's cuddle, bestie.
Okay, let me ask y'all this. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna read the definition of what platonic intimacy is.
I already read it.
I've been reading that shit all day.
Okay,
I read it just now. I read it just now. I just told you what the definition of platonic intimacy is. Platonic intimacy is bullshit. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Platonic intimacy is
bullshit.
What I said, having a close relationship with someone, but there is no sex involved. There will only be shut up.
There's a lot of disappointed friend zoned ass niggas that really
right. Just a woman came up with platonic
for real.
Why we don't have to be a friend zone.
No, we don't have to have sex.
They definitely. It's a lot of men out here that's involved in these platonic relationships that really know they want that female, and they just playing along, hoping and dreaming that one day the stars will align and the universe will say, you know what, she's yours.
No, they waiting for that week before that period hit, or that week after, when when that significant other is at her horniest, because she's a whole nother monster right before that period drop. Um, so he's hoping that he can blow in her ear during their ritual, regular scheduled blow cuddle
Hold
time.
on a second, Derek. I got to consult with the judges on this one. The judges say yes, that is correct. We'll
Right.
accept that answer.
Thank you.
You know
You
what?
sitting here waiting. You sitting here waiting with your balls blue as I don't know what. They sitting next to your belly button.
Like this. Blue.
Y'all wrong on every level.
Tonight
We are not.
Tonight's shade of color is blue.
Y'all are wrong on every level.
They about to fall off when they turn this color.
Good evening. My name is
Y'all
Derek Watts. I
wrong.
have a question for you. Are your balls blue? It's probably because you've been friend zoned by a
We
friend
are
who
not.
wants you to do platonic intimacy.
Y'all wrong.
Do
on
you or
every
anyone you
level.
know have been involved in a platonic relationship? If so, call this number.
You may be awarded damages.
I can't.
You may be awarded damages for what you have suffered to your balls.
Please call the Deacon Comedy Association right now for financial compensation.
We
It
will
may be
fight for
available.
you.
We will fight for you.
All right, now back after the jokes have all been said and done. Back to the topic. All right. So as I was saying, because I wasn't even able to finish my actual definition of what this was all about.
Okay.
It basically says that platonic intimacy is a special emotional and spiritual relationship between two people who love and admire one another because of common interests, a spiritual connection, and similar worldviews. Oh, I thought it was somebody else at the bottom. It says, for example, your relationship may start off simply as a regular friendship, and then over a period of time, you realize that you have a connection beyond friendship and things,
True.
and that you have a lot of things in common. Sometimes you quickly realize that you have a deeper connection to the person beyond. Other times you may take years of casual friendship to develop a strong bond, but the bond is so incredibly strong that you can't imagine a point where you weren't in sync with that person.
Hmm.
So it's basically the ability to love. The ability to love goes beyond having an emotional response to or understanding another person. It requires a capacity for contact, and contact does not necessarily always have to be sexual. What is the problem?
I ain't got a
What is
problem.
the problem? What? What's the problem?
The Bible, the songwriter says, if I can't say a word, I just wave my hands. So
What is the problem? Wave your hand. You waving your hand? What is okay? What is y'all beef with the fact of platonic intimacy? Justin, what is your beef with it?
I think it's. I'm gonna tell you why I think it's bullshit. All right. So I think it's bullshit because I. It's so much. It's so much I can say, but right off the top, I think it's bullshit because like a platonic. All right, it's basically you in a relationship is sexless. So
Yes, the sexist
I don't understand how you can be in a sexless relationship like there's no attraction whatsoever. Y'all just great and best friends. So y'all do everything together. Like I just don't get it. At some
It's a
point somebody going
yes.
at some points I feel like at some point what this really is just a bunch of people that are just together that don't know really what they want. And that's basically what how I feel. And I feel like somebody in that situation is playing themselves
Why
because
do
they
you
know
feel
they
like?
want more and they
Why do you feel like they don't know what they want because they are in a relationship that they don't have sex? It's no different
it's
than
not
somebody being in a relationship and waiting to have sex until they get married. What's the difference?
realistically, what's the percentage of people that are in a relationship that have no sex that aren't married and are waiting to be married?
I didn't say that. What I said was there's no difference than somebody being in a relationship and waiting to have sex until they get married. And there is women that do that.
That shit weird.
There are women and men that both do it.
That shit weird. And I know I'm coming off as being like
why it gotta be weird?
Typical male, but
Yep.
but let's be honest, women love sex just as much or maybe more than what men do. So
women do. That don't mean all women do.
Yeah. There's a lot. Call your mother. There's a lot.
That don't. But what's the difference? To me, it's the same. To me, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as if you're being in a relationship with a person waiting to get married. So,
Right.
But it's not because in a platonic relationship, supposedly there ain't no sex and there ain't never gonna be no sex, right?
It's not a platonic relationship. It says
platonic intimate. Platonic
intimacy sets you up to either
for sexual frustration.
It sets you up to either be in a relationship or to end a relationship.
But you already know that you're in that before. It's not like you walk. It's not like you're in a relationship and you made this decision that this person made this decision without you in it and said, "Oh, we just gonna have a platonic type of relationship and we're not gonna have no sex, but we just gonna get to know each other." This ain't something that you just walking into. This is a discussion that you both have. Hey, nitty nat nat, pitty pat pat.
That is not true.
Most platonic relationships know that what you're walking into because that's a decision that you both make. Because you may not.
That is not true. That is not true, and you know good
well.
No, it's not true. Cat, stop it. And most of the females, the other two females that's in this room, they know it's not true either. This is a decision. There's the decision that you make. It's a decision that you make as a female. I'm not going to sleep with this person. Why? This guy is whining and dining. He's taking you out. He's doing everything he needs to do that would justify him for y'all to spend time.
We're talking about a date. I'm talking about when you're in a relationship with somebody.
That's what I'm talking about. When you're in a relationship with somebody,
yes, you are gonna tell somebody that you ain't getting no goddamn sex.
No, only certain people will do that. Other people will not. They'll keep their mouth closed, and most guys are not going to be forward enough to come out and say, "Hey, yo, what's up with them cheeks?" So I said most guys. I ain't say all guys.
Not all. Not all.
Most guys are not forward enough to say, "What's up with them cheeks?" They're going to be the nice. They're going to continue to be the nice guy who goes out, enjoys your time, enjoys your company, or whatever, and then every time they might try to go in for something, going for a kiss or or try to invite you over, you're going to say, "No, thank you, not this time," all the rest of the stuff. There's very few females that you run across that's going to say, "Listen, you ain't even about to know what these cheeks even look like for at least a year and a half to 2 years until I feel like I want to be in a relationship with you."
Okay.
Because you're not going to mess up a lot of these females' meal ticket, and they know as long as this guy is snooping around, sniffing, and wanting to get that booty, he's gonna be buying you dinner. He's gonna be picking you up.
So you mean to sit there and tell me that as a man? So you basically saying as a man, you're dating somebody, whatever, and y'all dating for a long period of time. And you just gonna continuously just keep dating this person, not saying a damn word about the fact that you want to have sex and she don't.
Because
so y'all both gonna be two worldly people. Nobody gonna say nothing. We just gonna act like this shit don't exist.
No, because most men. Because the first thing, let's realize that anytime a man brings up sex, that's immediately they a dog. The first soon if I could be talking to you for 6 months. And then I can come and say, "Yo, what's up with them cheeks?" Just like a man, just like a nigga that's be going on another nigga. Why gotta be about the under? Why you gotta be trying to get my phone? You're not enjoying my time. You're not enjoying us spending time together until they get
I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna lead off what's good with those.
I would hope not, because the way Derek just like, "Yeah, what's up with them cheeks?" That's not how you gonna approach me saying nothing. But you can have a conversation about it.
Right, but most guys
Right.
will not have the conversation because they don't want to be viewed. They
As
don't
a
want to be
dog.
viewed in a negative way immediately as soon as you bring it up. So most guys
Right.
try to tiptoe around it, like, oh, you know, they'll say little things like, oh, you're so beautiful, or oh, I'm really feeling you, and the rest of this stuff. I really want to spend more time with you, or whatever. And but that's not being fully outward, saying, hey, I'm trying to smash. Hey, my balls are starting to get a little change of color. They're not saying none of that.
That's not my
They're trying to initiate a conversation, but most females still will not have that conversation unless.
But that's your choice. Because I'm sorry, at the end of the day, if you sitting up here
Here we go
dating
with
some, if
choices
you
again.
sitting up here dating somebody for 6 months, and you want to have sex with that person, you made the choice not to have sex with that person. That's it. You made that choice because if you gonna sit there blindly and not say a word because you afraid that somebody gonna say, "Oh, you're typical male, this or whatever, whatever," then that's your choice. You choose to be in that type of relationship. You gonna sit in
They're
a
gonna
relationship
say
that you're
they're
not
gonna
happy
say
with
what's up.
because you don't want to have that type of conversation.
But most females, even if you try to have a conversation, most females are not gonna come out and tell you, "Yo, I have no intentions on you touching me anytime soon."
I think it's a two-way
I
street.
don't think that. I
Both
don't think
sides,
that's
both
true.
parties are not really going to be willing to really put themselves out there like that for fear of being viewed in a negative light.
What's negative
Men
about
don't
it?
want to do it
What's negative about it?
What's
immediately.
negative is
If you put out
if
there,
I've been dating you for 6 months, and then you tell me
well,
at
not
month
dating
six.
because this is platonic, right?
That's
I've been
that's
chilling with you for this
No,
time.
no. Platonic has nothing to do with you dating. Because if I see Cat and I want to get at Cat, and me and Cat are chilling, it can be platonic because we're not being intimate. But the fact
Right.
remains, you
Natalie.
still
Thank you, Miss
understand
Natalie.
that I'm dating you and trying to get with you.
As Natalie
It could go
said.
both ways. Be
But
honest
that
So
from the
why
door
is
too, and say, "Hey, look, this ain't got to
it go
be.
both ways?
This
I
ain't that."
understand what Derek is saying, but okay, you're dating me for a purpose. What is your purpose? Is your purpose to get asked from me? Is your purpose to get to know me? What's
my
your
purpose
purpose?
is to get my purpose is to get to know you, but getting ass is an
Okay.
added perk
So
of getting to know you.
therefore, all right. So therefore,
Mm.
if your sole purpose is to get to know me, then that's what your focus should be on, getting to know me. If your
Right.
focus, if the focus should stray and go other ways between, and then we both feel in the same way, then we just have a conversation about that. If you're not getting something that you want, but
But
obviously, once you get to know somebody well enough, you shouldn't have a problem having that conversation with that person.
right, but understanding that for some guys, if they start to have feelings for you, then so they get to know you, they like who you are, they realize, okay, this person is somebody I want to invest my energy and time in, and as a result of them wanting to invest their energy and time, then they begin to want or desire to be physical with you. Now, if their heart is in the right place and they're literally getting to know you to get to know you, and now they want to explore other options of you, but then as soon as they sit down and have a conversation with you, the first thing is like Nat said, because now in your head you're saying, oh, this whole time he's been nice, he's been taking me out to dinner, he's been buying me flowers, he's been talking to me, he's been attentive. All he wanted was to get some butt. So now all the good I've done is now been overshadowed by the fact of me having feelings for developing feelings for you.
What was overshadowed?
By the fact that as soon as I say let's have a conversation, listen, I'm really liking you, I'm really enjoying this time together. I just want to understand, get an idea of what does the landscape look like? Like, are we even moving anywhere towards intimacy whatsoever?
which which goes to my original point. Like a lot of men engage themselves in these platonic relationships, for lack of a better word, and they wind up being disappointed because it's not all that it's cracked up to be, and they wind up developing feelings or emotions for this female, and then they just stuck,
Right.
and then they look like the bad guy because they want to pursue a real relationship with this individual, and it's not that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now we sitting here and we platonic, and now we like your brother.
Right. We platonic, right? But your sister trying to holler. So now what do?
Right. But now I can't even holler at your sister because you
Because
already
we
knew that,
platonic.
right, because you already knew that I was trying to talk to you, and now we being platonic. Now I'm trying to holler at Nat, and now Nat is like, what, he trying to talk to you? No, that's my platonic friend. We
Yeah.
platonic.
And I'm gonna tell you something. The female platonic friend is not going to admit that to her friend. And let me give a disclaimer. I just said sister because that was the first thing that popped in my head. Hopefully nobody trying to go after nobody's sister, but you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, if I'm talking to Nat and me and Nat are in a platonic relationship, and you know I understand that I like Kat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Nat ain't gonna tell Kat that you know we in a platonic relationship or you know we just strictly platonic. It's gonna be viewed as I've been talking to Nat. Now I'm trying to get with her friend, even
Right.
though it has not ever been like that. So now I wound up losing twice
Right.
because I don't get the woman that the person that I've been hanging with that I've developed feelings for, and say I move on from that person and I just so happen to like her friend or her cousin or whomever, and now I'm stuck now because her cousin or whomever is looking at me like you was just with my so and so.
But where in that
Right.
scenario do you have that conversation that you develop feelings? Do,
I
or do we
think
just jump over? Or do we just automatically just jump over the conversation
What
of that
conversation?
conversation? We
The
just
conversation
no
automatically
of
no.
us being
assuming
platonic.
Ask the question.
because we just automatically assuming that because it's a platonic type of relationship going on that's how it's supposed to stay platonic.
That's because that's
I'm
if you're in a
sorry, I missed the
if
question.
you're in a platonic relationship, then you've been friend zoned. To a guy,
No,
I've been
no, you
friend zoned.
haven't. That does
But
not
that,
mean
to
that you have been friend zone. That means that when you in the beginning of what your relationship that you're starting with a person, you're getting to know a person. So you don't involve sex. Y'all act like sex is like the main part of a
I think
relationship.
you're missing the point.
And
It's
you're
and
not.
missing the
it,
It's
whole
not.
point. It has nothing
you
to do
say
with
you
It's
sex
not.
being in
to
it.
me, you
It's
always have
about
to start out
the
as a
recon.
friend.
It's about how you say it, the realization of where is this going? Where is this going? Where
You don't
where
even
are
know
we
where this
moving?
going yet until you
Where
start
are we
dating
moving to?
somebody.
Where are we moving to?
You
Because
gotta
if
get
But
to
you
you
tell
you
not.
me
gotta
But
get
but
to
if you're
know
but you
telling me
somebody
platonic.
to
You
I'm
have
know
telling
no
you
where
intention
this
of
is
dating the person,
going.
right?
if I have invested six
Huh?
months of my time and my energy
If
into getting
if
to
we're
know
engaged
you,
in a platonic situation, me and you platonic, 100%, then we've already established the expectation that that is what it's going to be. But I
right?
get to still cuddle, I get to still snuggle bunny and all that stuff.
If that's what
That
y'all
stuff is
think,
going to lead
if
to
that's
the
what
thought
y'all decide
process
to
of what
say that.
next.
Right.
Is not like, and I'm not saying only men, women too, because a woman is going to feel the same way too. Well, damn, where's this thing going? At some point, it's not always going to be, oh, this is my platonic friend, you know, like, you know, I don't, we gonna take, you know, we just gonna do these kind of things together that couples do, but there's no sexual kind of thing.
Right.
There's no sex.
There's nothing, no intimacy on that level whatsoever.
There's no sex. Never said because what is your
Well,
definition of
No,
intimacy?
no, hold on,
Please let
because
me know.
no
Tell me what your
intimacy
definition.
means
Tell me what your
because
definition of
intimacy you
intimacy
can
is. What's your
because
definition of intimacy?
there is considered intimacy, platonic intimacy. Some people
No, just the definition of
hold
intimacy.
on. Let me finish
Period.
my thought before you jump to that.
I
Platonic.
asked that before you even started your thought.
No, I was listening, waiting for Justin to finish because I wanted to jump in on a piece. So
all right, but I could tell you off the top what it is. It's a real degree of closeness, emotional connection with a person.
No, I'm
That's
not.
really what
No. Well, what is your definition of intimacy? What do you
I
feel is
just told you. I just told you. There's an
that's
emotional
your
connection. There's
definition of
like a
it?
yeah, like when you're involved with a
it's an
person, there's definitely emotional and physical connection with the person.
right. It's an
Yeah.
emotional and or physical connection with another
For me,
person.
it's both.
Intimacy. That's why I said and or.
Yeah, for me, it's both. It's not just
But
emotional, but
here's
emotional
the thing
can
that's
lead to
always gonna
physicality
be
too.
right. I'm about to say that here's the thing that's always going to be an issue, right? Once I become emotionally involved with you, physical involvement is not far behind. If I'm emotionally involved with you, if I
And
am
there's nothing
now,
wrong with that.
yeah, it's not something wrong with that to Cat, because Cat is like, okay, but to some females, if they have an idea of they're going to be a platonic, or they're going to have platonic intimacy, you want all the bells and whistles without giving a toot. So
So let
if
me
we
ask you a
so
question.
every Friday, if we want to lay up and Netflix and cuddle, or you want somebody to go shopping with you, or you want to go on vacation or something, because we are cool and we spend a lot of time with each other and we hang out and we have a good time, we hang out with each other, but the stress that comes associated with actually being intimate, the physical portion of intimacy, you don't want to deal with. So now you're getting all of this, and now you're locking up this person to give you all of this stuff without giving him the
And
intimacy.
she not,
Him,
but she
him
not
or
giving
her.
nothing.
He is. They are
You're
locking.
not getting nothing in return, because you're not getting nothing in return. If you don't get no ass out of it, you ain't getting nothing in return.
Oh my goodness, Cat. Who said that?
It's not
That's
about.
what
It's not about. But it's not about that. Let me ask you a question. Let's play devil's advocate.
that this woman is getting all of these, all of this stuff from you. That you're giving all of this stuff to this woman, and she's not willing to what? What is she not willing to do besides just not have sex?
Let
Right.
me ask you a question. If me and you are in a platonic relationship, and say you and Derek decide to enter like a real relationship,
What's a
right?
real relationship?
A
Like
a standard relationship with all the bells and whistles, right? Now, me and you, we still platonic. We still hanging out. We still doing whatever platonic people do. How's that supposed to make Derek feel? Because I'm supposed to be I'm emotionally available for you at all times. I'm doing everything. I'm checking off all the boxes.
If you are
But
in a
I'm not.
relationship, if you're in a relationship, okay, me and Derek.
I didn't say prior. I'm saying we platonic, and then Derek comes along. He wasn't there the whole time. He comes along,
Okay.
and y'all established that y'all want to be in a regular relationship, but you still maintain your close, intimate, platonic relationship with me. How's that supposed to make Derek feel?
If Derek, then that's something that Derek has to see. If he has an issue with it.
So you don't feel that there would be a problem if I'm like, if we
That's
still
just like
maintain
having a
our?
male best friend. That's just like if I'm dating.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No, it's
it is.
not.
If I'm dating
No, it's not.
somebody,
You are not.
and I have
You
my
are
male
not
best
that
friend.
close with your male best friend. You are not.
Why not?
You see somebody. Have you read some of these examples of platonic, intimate
Yes,
friendships?
Yes,
These shits is deep, and I ain't doing that with no female other than my wife.
Exactly.
Everybody but it's all different type of levels of it. So therefore,
Let's say you at the platinum level subscriber, intimate relationship with your bestie, and Derek is signing on to be your man, and right now he's at the bronze level package. How's that supposed to make Derek feel, knowing that, okay, I'm here, but I ain't, but we got this amount of closeness, but he's trying to get to that part, but he ain't there yet.
Platonic type of relationship with your other friend, then of course you let that relationship go, or you don't get, or you're not as involved. That is the whole purpose.
Right, but that's the point. That's the problem.
So therefore, your man isn't upset about it.
That's the whole problem, because this person has been.
It's not a problem if you already have that established.
Can I finish my thought?
No.
Okay.
Let me read what Natalie had to say. So because you can't get none when you desire it, when you want it, she wrong for wanting the cow and not the can of milk.
What is that? What has she been drinking?
That's what she said.
Nah,
Unless I read it. Did I read it wrong?
No, she put it. I think she put it that
wrong.
way deliberately. No, I think she put it that way deliberately.
What?
Because
Is she wrong for wanting the cow and not the can of milk? She wants the person, but not the act. I think that's what she getting at.
Oh, okay.
Nat, why you just ain't say that?
I get it.
Because that was kind of catchy. We on the same wavelength, Nat. I got you.
Nat, I thought you was drinking again, girl. I thought you was drinking again. Listen, the problem is.
Thank you, Justin.
Right, because I was lost. The problem is always going to be if I signed on to get to know you, and because I was romantically interested in you, right? Now I'm playing this role of platonic intimacy with you. We are hanging out, we're chilling, we're watching movies, we're talking, we having deep discussions. I know what your wants and your dreams are, your hopes and all the rest of that good stuff. Now some other guy comes along and now he's more appealing to your flesh.
Mm.
And now when he comes along, he's more appealing to your flesh, even though I have been the spiritual or the emotional tie. This guy comes along and he applies for that fleshly position. Now you're telling me it's okay for you to walk away from the person that you have locked into this platonic intimate relationship for this person who comes along that is now appealing to the fleshly side of you. You don't want his can of milk. You don't want his cow. You just want the milk because that's what he saw. That's what he came there for. That's what looked good to you, and that's what you're attracted to.
Amen.
Like
let's flip it too. Let's flip it. What happens when that person that you have that intimate relationship decides, okay, I'm about to pursue a relationship, a standard relationship with the next female? What do you think that female is going to say? Because women can be territorial just as much as men.
Yep.
Absolutely. What do you think going to happen? Because the next one, I can tell you right now, my wife is not hearing that you got a female friend that's platonic. Oh, I'm going over so and so house to cuddle up and we gonna watch a movie and no. You can do that shit home.
Absolutely right.
You don't have to be cuddling up with her.
I'm just saying. There's a degree of intimacy.
It is. It's a certain degree. This is a
all right. We going to the spa or we going to dinner and you all fly and stuff with the next female.
I have my male best friends and I go to their house. I chill with my best friends that happens to be male. We kick it all the time.
Yeah, there's a difference. It is. How close are you with your male best friends? How intimate are you with your male best friends?
What you mean? Am I having sex with any of them? No.
No. I would never imply that. No. I would never imply that.
Like there are four types of intimacy, right? There's emotional, there's mental, there's spiritual, and then there's sexual, right? If your platonic friend is tapping into three of those forms of intimacy, the fourth one being physical, he's not tapping into, but he is wanting that, or he is there for ultimately to be able to tap into all those places of all those forms of intimacy, because he is literally feeling you and really likes you as a person and wants to see this thing build into something that is real, right?
With my platonic bestie friend that I've been friends with for 30 years, we have three of those and not one, and we still completely cool, and that's it.
I don't know. I'm gonna drop.
You already know how I feel about that.
I could go to his house and hang with him. We go eat, we chill. I could lay on his lap, tell him all my woo-hoos and my boo-boos, and go home.
Right, but here's the thing: you cannot do that. You can't do that with a significant other. because number one, you having someone that you are tied to 3 out of the 4 ways,
So
that's a problem for another guy coming in trying to apply for a position with you,
okay.
because you're supposed to look to your person for those forms of intimacy. Now you walking around here and just got these other, just handing out these other forms of intimacy with somebody else who is not your person.
That's going to lead to a
when
lot of problems
when you
with
become
your
my
real
person,
relationship.
you have to first become my person. You have to become my person. I
But
don't.
nobody's gonna become your person
You
when
have
they
to
know
become
that
my
you already
person
got
first.
somebody that's already
Hey, you
fulfilling
still
those
have to become
positions.
my person. I have to be able to trust you with my personal business. My
That's
feelings,
hard to
my
do when you
emotions.
already have a person
No,
that
it's not.
and you got another person that's applying to become your person.
It's not.
That spot is not vacant.
It
Right.
is
That's not a
vacant.
vacant position.
It's
That's not a
not.
vacant
It is
position, and that's
vacant.
not a
Because
position.
when the shit hit the fan, you're not gonna run to your significant other. You're gonna run to your bestie.
No, that's
Right.
not true.
That's a when the
That's
shit hit
not
the
always true.
fan. If some shit
I
happen,
made
you ain't
sure
gonna hit your
goals.
bestie up like, hey, you ain't gonna believe this shit that just happened. Blah, blah, blah. And y'all gonna get all deep with it because that's your
We're gonna talk
person,
about it. Eventually, we're gonna
right?
talk about it. But my bestie may not be the first person I go to. I can go to my significant other first. But am I still gonna tell my bestie? Absolutely.
But there's gonna be there's gonna be a whole different degree of separation with how you talk to your bestie and how you engage with your significant other. And judging based on how each relationship is and the dynamic between the two, someone is going to get a higher degree of cat than the next.
Not true.
Okay. We just have to agree to disagree on that one.
I agree to disagree because it's not true.
Somebody ain't getting the 99.9.
Right about that.
Somebody getting the 0.01.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not
Somebody getting the 0.01.
true. That's not true.
Somebody getting the 0.01. One of these gentlemen is going to be feeling a type of way. Feeling like, okay.
Never,
I don't
ever.
see it.
Never ever. Now, the only way things become a problem if he has a problem with it.
So
One of them gonna have a problem. One of them gonna have a problem.
Speak your mind.
And chances are it ain't gonna be your bestie. It's gonna be your man.
If a problem did exist or do exist and I don't know about it, then I don't know about it. Because if you don't speak your mind, then look, I'm not a mind reader. It's called open your mouth and talk. Communicate. If you don't communicate what you feel, if you don't communicate, if you're not communicating, then oh well, then you're gonna lead me to my own vices and my own assumptions, and that's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Unless you
right. So, but here's the thing, right? You just said, Kat, you just said that you have a bestie, a male bestie, where you can go to his house, lay in his lap, tell him all your problems, and it's fine, right? Where looking at this is talking of dealing one of my research talking about the don'ts of a platonic relationship, and one of the things they said is to avoid physical contact beyond casual intimacy.
What would you label casual intimacy?
So they said avoid things like hand holding, kissing, or friends with benefit situations.
I don't do none of that.
Don't ditch your partner to spend time with your platonic friend. Don't hide your platonic relationship from your partner. And one of the major things is there should be no cuddling.
Okay. Nobody's cuddling.
No
That is
butt
a cuddle.
snuggling.
If you're laying up in,
cuddling.
That is a cuddle. What are you talking about? What is he doing? What is he doing then? If you're laying in his lap, what are you do? What is he doing?
My head is laying on his lap.
Right.
With a pillow.
Your head is like
It's
a pillow.
like being at the therapist.
Right? No, because I don't. Lay
I ain't never sat on no therapist's lap.
I ain't sitting on their lap.
You never put your head in.
I ain't never put my head on no therapist's lap either.
I said it's like.
It's not like that's what I'm saying.
It is.
You are crossing over. You're crossing over a level of intimacy into a level of intimacy
No,
that you shouldn't even be crossing over to. But it's okay for you because that's your friend and you choose to move how you want to move with your friend. That's the problem. Everybody has their triggers and everybody has what is okay and what's not.
I don't consider that cuddling.
There's no cut and dry form of intimacy where you can say it's platonic. That's all like you feel that
that's not cuddling.
Cat, you feel like laying your head on a man's lap like a pillow is not cuddling or is not intimacy.
No.
Right. But somebody else can feel so but your guy could feel that is a form of intimacy and that he's not cool with.
Okay.
That's gonna cause a problem. Because you're not gonna stop. And knowing Cat is not going to stop who Cat is or what Cat does with her best friend for no guy.
That is not true, Derek.
It is.
It is not.
Your man gonna be at home like, oh, so you laying in niggas' laps, huh?
Right.
Where you think that conversation is gonna go? Let's be real, Cat. Cat no. Cat no.
It took you all night, man.
And Natalie is 100% right.
There'll be no conversation.
Shit. Oh. Hey, babe.
You want to look at
him. Hey, babe. You like laying in Ray lap, huh?
Right. I like what was you doing at Ray house? You know, I wanted to talk, so I went over there. I laid in his lap. That's going to be a problem immediately. He's not going to be cool with it because number one, if the shoe was on the other foot and he went over to a female's house,
wind that shit back. You did what? You laid in who lap?
Right?
Huh? You laid in who lap?
Because he don't know. Well,
me and Ray got to talk.
I tell my friends all the time, if I cannot do it, you shouldn't do it. If I can't go to a female's house and put my head in their lap and tell them all my troubles, that's why you got Jesus. If you need to lay down,
better not.
Exactly.
Right.
You can't do.
We better not
do what I can't do. I get that. It's nothing wrong with that.
So if your man went over to his girl house, his bestie, and put his head on her lap, his homegirl.
Right.
He went over to her house and he had a long day. They smoked the Fat J. They was watching TV and they on the couch and he got his head on her lap. And you find out about that, you ain't gonna feel the type of way. But they are 100% platonic.
Yes, she is.
I trust my man.
You gonna whoop his ass,
right? And she know that's a level. She know, and Cat know, and Cat is violent.
She gonna go up top. Cat gonna go up top.
Girlfriend.
Cat is violent, so Cat is punching cats in the mouth.
Violent.
You are violent, Cat. And soon
I've heard you say this numerous times.
No, I said at times I choose violence.
Right. You would choose
violence. I choose violence at times, but I am not a violent person.
You choose
violence. Like, this nigga just went over so-and-so house and put his head on her lap, and they watched the Lifetime movie together?
Right.
Who this nigga is?
Right.
I can see it already. You know what? I got something for his ass.
Obviously.
4 flat tires.
Obviously, we got to have some type of trust between each other for him to even come home and tell me that he did something like that, and vice versa. So obviously, there's something going on between me and him that we have some type of understanding. Because I'm not, if you already know you doing something wrong, who the hell gonna go home and tell a man they did something wrong? I'm not.
You know what? A lot of times, people have a tendency to talk too much and say certain things, and it inadvertently triggers their mate.
Right.
What?
Yes. Yes. A lot of times, men and women, a lot of times people have a tendency to talk a little too much in normal conversation, and they will say something inadvertently that will trigger their mate.
Yep.
And so, and a lot of people, and I've had this experience with a lot of people that I've worked with, that they talk about their relationships. They'll be saying some shit, and I'll be like, you know what, you just said some bullshit. Because if I was your man, we would be having an argument right now, because you just said some bullshit. Because they're not thinking, they just talking. If you ever want to know, like, it's like what the old head said, if you ever want to know how a person feel about you, just let them talk and listen. Shut the hell up and listen.
Just let them talk.
That's real shit right there. That's real talk right there.
But I don't have a problem saying what I do when I go to my best friend's house. If I felt like if I felt like it was wrong, I wouldn't speak on it. I would speak on the damn stuff. And trust me, I'm not gonna say nothing whatsoever that's gonna implicate me in anything when it comes to me, my man, and my relationship.
Implicate.
Well, that's the problem.
Trust me, I watch my words very well. So if I felt like I was doing something wrong, I wouldn't say it. But if I could go home and say this is what we did, we was chilling, whatever situation may be that we did, and if I feel comfortable saying that, then I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
Okay, I could dig that. I could respect that.
Now,
but everybody ain't like you, Cat.
If you feel
everybody ain't like you, Cat.
I understand, but if you feel like, as my man, you feel as though I did something wrong, then you need to speak on that and say what you need to say right then and there. Don't hold that shit inside.
I've been meaning to tell you something from 6 years ago. You'll get your ass out of here. That shit happened 6 years ago. You can't put me in trouble for shit that happened 6 years ago.
Absolutely.
Half a decade ago.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, it's you. That's why I say you have to have some type of open communication. No matter what type of relationship, whether it be platonic, whatever, you still have to have some type of communication. Something has to be there.
Right.
I don't know what the heck just happened, but okay. So, and that's all I'm saying. It's not just about. It's not a one-sided thing. It's just not. Even though when I was researching it, it did say that men are very scarce with having those type of relationships.
It's not many of us, because we know the shits. We know the shits. We're not gonna be able to handle that kind of situation, especially if there's some sort of attraction there.
Right.
Me personally, I'm not playing myself. I'm not gonna be pursuing a young lady on a friendship level like that, because I know me. I know how I get down. I know that at some point, if there has to be some attraction there, and if I feel like this thing could go somewhere, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna shoot my shot. So I'm not gonna put myself in that position.
Absolutely.
And that's why, I mean, it's very. I would assume that it's very rare that those kind of things happen with men and women. But for me, I already know I ain't gonna play myself out. You're not gonna have me out here looking stupid.
Not that they didn't say that they weren't in them. They just said men.
We are less likely to participate because we know.
Well, then it just be like, we just friends on your ass and call it a day.
Well, that's exactly what's happening. 80%. But see, you have some that are so like hopeful. You got some men that are so hopeful that they'll stick around in that thing because they really believe that they gonna get this woman.
And they just might. They just might. They have this thing where they say these are platonic life partnerships, or they call them PLPs. Or when people are in a platonic relationship, commit to making it their primary partner, make their primary partner. They may choose to cohabitate, raise children, or even get married. Or in having that platonic, they become their life partner. And there's nothing wrong with that. because to me personally, ain't nobody looking for no husbands no more. Most people that I speak to, and I'm saying I speak to in my circle, they're not really looking for marriage. They're looking for life partner. They're looking for somebody that they could go on vacations with, go out to dinner with, hang with, and everything else with. They ain't looking for no damn husband.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like
y'all going on vacation with your platonic friend?
Why is that be a problem? Because you'd rather have a partner than a husband.
I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's a problem.
Husband is supposed to be your partner. What you have done is what we have done as society. We have stripped the sanctity of marriage down to bolts, to nuts and bolts, and now we don't want to have nothing to do with it. And now we're saying, okay, let's make our own order of what is considered the norm. So now we don't need to be married, or we don't want to be married. We just want a life partner. When your husband was supposed to be your life partner, your husband is supposed to be, your wife is supposed to be your life partner. That's why your vows said, give your vows cover every last aspect of your vows cover every last aspect of who you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to become. It says that you're supposed to be in sickness and health, in good times and bad times, in richer or for poor. All of these things are all the things that people say, even when you listen to Tyler Perry and everybody else and Steve Harvey and all the stuff, all the things they tell you, you need to see these people during these times so you can know who they truly are. Your vows say, even when we go through these times, I am making a commitment to be your person. But we have changed that. We have dummied down what marriage is, and we have replaced it with some punk behind, I want a life partner.
No, it's not that people have dummied down marriage. Some people just don't want marriage.
Right.
That's it. Some people, you do have people that have been married and they may have had a bad experience in their marriage and don't want to get married again. So instead of them getting married, they decide to have a partnership, have somebody to have a partnership with. It ain't that nobody. It's not that nobody is. I mean,
a partnership, a lifetime partner or partnership is a wife or a husband. If I want a lifetime partner, then that means I want someone that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Who do you spend the rest of your life with? You spend the rest of your life with your husband, your wife, your children, and your family. A life partner is just a dumb another name for a husband or a wife.
That's your business. And
if I want a life partner, that means I want to be married.
In order to have a life partner, you do not
if I want a life partner, I want to be married.
Maybe that's your opinion, because everybody don't have to think that way. Marriage and having a life partner does not have to go hands in hand. If somebody chooses to say, I don't want to get married, I prefer to have a life partner, and if that person feels the same way, then so be it. Live your best life.
And that's
this escalated quickly.
And you sound just as crazy as you say. I want to have platonic intimacy. I want to have a life partner. I don't want to get married. I want a life partner. That's what a life partner is. It's the same way you said I want a platonic intimacy. I don't want to touch you, but I want to be intimate.
That doesn't have to what other people have gone through doesn't mean anything. If I choose to say I was married and I don't want to be married again, I don't have to be. I could just be with a person that I want to be with. It doesn't make my decision wrong because of what you feel as though is right.
I didn't say your decision was wrong. I never once said your decision. I said it. I did not say. I said nothing was wrong. I said, what did I say? Did you ever hear me say something was wrong? I said it's a dummy down virgin.
Well,
that's not
when
wrong.
this show is over, you go back and you go back to this section and then you listen to what you said.
No, you go back and listen to what I said, because obviously you running off on your own.
Obviously, you didn't listen to what you said.
I know what I said. Obviously, you don't. I did not say it was wrong.
Exactly what was
I did not say it was wrong. I said it's the same thing.
It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it wrong. Marriage, whether you want to get married or have a life partner, is your decision. Nobody else's.
People making show me in the Bible where it says a life partner.
It doesn't matter what the like you said, everybody ain't religious.
Show me
Everybody
where
is not religious. Everybody is not
tell
religious.
me
And
where
everybody
a life
don't read the
partner is.
Bible because
Tell
you
me
read
where
the
his life
Bible.
partner is.
Because you're
Tell me where the
religious.
life partner is.
Come on now.
Tell me where the
Come
phone.
on now.
I can show you where
Come on.
a husband and a wife or a
It
marriage
doesn't
came in at.
matter.
Where did a life partner
It
come from?
doesn't matter.
Where
Just
did it
because
come
it
from?
says it in the
It didn't come
Bible.
from anywhere. It's yet
Marriage
another
ain't even in the
tool
Bible.
somebody made up so they can feel good about their choices.
It's not in the Bible. You told me where people got married that in the Bible.
It is in the Bible. What are you talking about?
When I checked in the Bible,
He was at a wedding. He was at a wedding.
It wasn't no weddings
He
and
was
all
at
of
a
that
wedding
crap
when
in
he
the
did
Bible.
when he did the
It
miracle of
wasn't
water
no
and the
weddings.
wine.
You
He was
took
at a
your
wedding.
vote and you
What do you
took
do
this
at a marriage?
and
What do you do at a wedding? You get
the
married, Kat. What are you
sacrifice,
talking about?
and that was it. And now
I have
you
never
got
been.
this,
I have
and
never
you
been to
can
an
go with
anniversary
this brother,
celebration
you
of
can
life
do
partners.
this, and you could do this, and you
It's
could do
something that's
that.
made up, Kat.
Get
It's
out of
something
here
that's
with
made
that
up. It's all
crap.
right. It's something that's made up. If
That
you want to sign
yeah,
on,
that
with
is
Can we
somebody
get
else,
back on the topic?
bullshit.
Golly, damn, this shit got heated.
just sitting here making up stuff like
No,
life
you saying what I
partnership.
can
Oh,
say whatever
God.
I choose to. I can
Oh,
say whatever I choose to.
Life
Just like you feel the
partnership.
way you feel, I'm gonna feel how I feel. And that's
Okay,
it.
life partnership.
Plain is the story. You have your
Okay.
feelings and I have mine. You have your opinion like I got mine.
Right.
So
Amen.
therefore we can agree to disagree.
I
And call
had
it
no
a
problems
day.
with that. I had no problems with that.
All right, then that's what it is.
What it is, and what it is, what it is, and do what it do.
Well,
Our hour is up. Thank y'all for tuning in. God bless. We will see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place. Peace, love, and blessings.
damn. Well,
I'm not out yet.
bye. Okay.